Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, procrastination's always pulling you back? In this video, I'm going to explain why that happens and actually how to overcome it. So you can probably relate to me when I say that procrastination feels like an uphill battle. You can try your hardest, your damn best, and you still feel like you're getting nowhere. It feels like you're trying to swim upstream. You look over, a minute has passed, and yet you're still in the same exact spot. But apply that minute to weeks, months, years. You see yourself in the same exact spot, even though you've been trying your best to get out of it. And I get it. I've been there as well. And let me help you. The main reason for why this happens, where you try your best and yet you feel like you're fighting against yourself, is because of your self-image. Your self-image is how you see yourself. So essentially, your brain sees yourself as another person. It's really weird, but imagine how you see other people. You make judgments about them, you label them, you judge people, right? Just let's be honest. You judge people. I do it all the time. You would judge yourself, and that judgment that you make of yourself is what your brain uses to act. It uses that judgment of you to take action whenever you're not conscious. So let's say whenever you're conscious, you try your best. No matter what, you're forcing yourself to do it. But the moment that you slip up, you start thinking about something else, or you're not entirely conscious, your brain kicks into auto drive or autopilot. And that autopilot uses your self-image to guide it. This is why smokers automatically just light a cigarette. They don't even think about it, and yet they still do it. It's because their brain sees themselves as a smoker. And so whenever they're not thinking about it, they just pull out a smoke and light it. They don't think about it, and yet they still do it. That's the self-image at work. And your self-image is made out of beliefs. So what you believe about yourself to be true is what will be part of your self-image. If you believed yourself to be lazy, if you believed yourself to be undisciplined, then it's true. Because if you believe it, then you'll act like it. And all of those beliefs that you have in your mind, both positive and negative, are part of your self-image. So now that we know what a self-image is, what does that have to do anything with procrastination? Well, if you have a self-image where you see yourself as a procrastinator, then you will procrastinate. You have to change your identity. You have to change how you see yourself to stop procrastinating. You have to become the person who doesn't procrastinate. And I'll tell you, personally, this works. I'm not speaking some garbage out of my mouth. I promise you, with all my life, that this works. I used to be addicted to pornography for 3.5 years. And I tried all of the strategies. I tried all of the mindsets. I tried all of the thought concepts, but none of it worked for me, because it would work whenever I was thinking about it. But the moment I would think about something else, I wouldn't even be thinking at all, I would slip up. I would relapse. Only after I changed my self-image did I automatically not jerk off. It's like I mentally have to specifically think about it if I even want to think about doing it. It's not an automatic process where I do it no matter what. I've changed my automatic default mode to where I don't even have to do it anymore. That's what you can do with procrastination, and that's what I did as well. So you can change your self-image in two major ways. The number one way is your actions. Your actions influence your self-image. So if you just keep pushing, you keep willing your way through, eventually your brain will start to reshape. It'll realize that, wait, I've done this, this, and this. Maybe I'm not a procrastinator after all. But obviously this takes time and willpower and discipline and all of the fun things that you probably don't feel like doing right now. it will take time. As long as you keep pushing through, you'll eventually get to the end. But it will take a long time, years, not joking, years, or if you're on the luckier side, maybe months. But it will still take a long time. But we can shortcut this process with number 2, which is where we change our beliefs. The easiest way you can change your beliefs is through affirmations. And this isn't the funny, I am successful, I am smart, I am beautiful. None of that. Affirmations really truly are just a sentence that you say to yourself to eventually make yourself believe it. It sounds funny, but I promise you this works. For example, the mantra that I want you to use from now until the end of your life, I guess, would be, I am not a procrastinator. I don't procrastinate. That simple 3-word mantra will help you more than you think, because your affirmations, the words that you say influence your beliefs. It's the same thing as the actions influence your self-image. Well, your beliefs influence your self-image, and to influence your beliefs, you have to say and think things that actually change them. You probably not consciously have been associating with the label of a procrastinator. You have to change that manually. You have to remind yourself that I am not, in fact, a procrastinator. I don't procrastinate. And if you really think that this won't work, you've been influenced by affirmations and labels your whole life, but you just haven't realized it yet. People have called you lazy or hardworking. People have called you smart or dumb. People have put labels and affirmations on you without you even realizing it. And all of that is a culmination of where you are today. Once you realize the power of affirmations and the power of words that they have on you, you'll start to realize that, whoa, how much of my actions am I actually thinking about? And that's when it gets interesting. You can either hope and pray that you'll eventually stop procrastinating just by sheer will and willpower, but why do that when you can actually just brainwash yourself? Because this is really what you're doing. You're just brainwashing yourself into believing that you don't procrastinate until you actually eventually don't. It's honestly a lie. You're lying to yourself to eventually believe it so that it becomes the truth. It sounds very backward, but trust me on this. Just try it. You'll see that this one mantra will help you more than you think. Remember this: I don't procrastinate. 3 words, 3 simple words, and they help more than you think. The action step that I want for you to take right now in this video to actually make it sink in for you is to get a piece of paper, get something to write with, and write down the 3 words, I don't procrastinate. Write them however many times you want, even one time will work. And then leave it out somewhere so that you remember it. It could be on your desk, it could be on your bed, it could be on the couch that you always sit in and watch Netflix in. It could be anywhere. But as long as you can physically see it, that's all that matters. Because you need to keep reminding yourself of this affirmation. You might be so pumped up right now. You're going to change your self-image and your beliefs, but then tomorrow you completely forget about all of this. You have to remember this. You have to sink it into your mind. Set it in stone that this is the kind of person you are now. You don't procrastinate anymore. I don't procrastinate. And my self-image, to this day, I'm still molding it. I'm still changing it. It has helped me more than anyone would ever think. If you want personalized help with your procrastination, check the description.